Hello, I'm back doing some map editing of a different kind this time instead of Far Cry. We're back to Team Fortress 2 because I had a look at my server list today and saw that there was a server that I sometimes go on Saxon Hale. It was on a Saxon Hale map and I thought I fancy making one of them because I haven't made one in a while. The last one I made was Rock Slide and that was in like 2011 or something, or 2012 maybe, so that was a long time ago. I'm going to try and put together something new, and I've been kind of experimenting a little bit with how I put things together in Hammer. I've taken a slightly different approach to what I usually do, and have been looking at making various different bits and pieces that will slot together when I start to put the full map together. So basically, I've had this bit, which is just the start of the map. I'm going to have a train going through, which is only activated when the point becomes activated. So then it gives a little bit more of a risk to whoever is wanting to count the points. Then we have a couple of other things. Let's start. Oh yes, just because it's cool and I quite like how it came out. I made a train trough thing out of brushes because there's a nice train model that comes with TF2, which is about this size and it's got some like dirt and stuff in it, and I wanted to get one which didn't have the dirt in it, and because I don't really know how to model or edit those kind of models, I basically traced that over that one but made it out of brushes. And there's some really complicated annoying brushwork on the corners here because it slants in two directions and brushes don't like that, so I was happy that I found a way out how to do that. So this is going to be sat on the train that comes past, because if we go back to here, I would quite like it that if you're quick enough, you can take the opportunity to jump through here, jump into that, and then it will carry you out of the map technically, but I'm going to make it so that you can find a secret area basically if you do that, and then it will come back. If you come back in and you're a player and you're fighting Saxon Hale, it will give you like a crit boost and all that kind of stuff. If you are nimble enough to try it. But again, that's not going to be something you can do at any point in the map. It's only when the train comes along, and the train comes along only when there are enough people dead for the point to activate. So it's just a little bit of an Easter egg, so I'll be implementing that. The other couple of things that I've done so far, is this the one? Yeah, that's one. We have, this was just a prototype to see if I can make it work, and I'll probably copy and paste this into the map somewhere. Is a little platform that will oscillate basically from east to west, and you can jump on it at one side or maybe the other side. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to integrate it in yet, and then you can jump in here, and then you can get some metal, etc. I'm unsure whether I'll put any health in here yet because I kind of want to limit the amount of health I'm sticking around, and obviously also, I mean, I'm planning to have this room quite high up, which is the reason why you just want to try and get in there, so then you can do things like fire rockets and snipe down at Hale, etc. So I don't want to make it too powerful by putting health in here, because then that means someone can just camp up there indefinitely, especially snipers, I'm thinking. So if you have ammo, that means you can go back and like restock your weapons, and potentially helps to build sentries and things in there, but I don't necessarily want to put any health in. So then we've got this, which I think is just taken from something like Well, I want to say. I can't remember exactly where it's from. I think it's Well. It might be to do with where the actual point is on Well. But this will move backwards and forwards because these are props that are parented to this, the Funk Track train. And that just basically spawns at the middle and goes left and right. When it hits these, I've just got some outputs to the activator to stop for 5 seconds and then start forward, and this one stops for 5 seconds and starts backwards. So I'm also planning for this not to be active from the beginning of the map. I'm going to hide a button somewhere or some kind of trigger that you can use to activate it, so it will reward people for exploring the map and finding things out. And the last one is double cargo crate roof. So this was just something I thought I just wanted to make a something of a little set piece that I could integrate into buildings, etc. in this map. So I wanted to. I was just thinking of what things I quite enjoy in Saxon Hail maps, and one of the big things seems to be vertical space. Basically, you want to, if you have a vantage point down over Hail, then it will give you an advantage in terms of combat, whereas if you're on the same level as him, you're going to be quite close to him, potentially get a fist to the face, etc. So this, I thought, could be one of the vantage points. This is a hole that was modelled around the same size as this fan thing from 2 Fort, so you can stand up and walk through this. It's standing height for players, and then you have a roof. I've always found, I don't know what it is, I think it's probably something psychological, that being able to stand on a roof in this game feels quite cool, because you basically never normally in life get to stand on a roof. Oh, I forgot to texture those end bits. Let's do that now. So anyway, I like to use roofs for vertical height advantage because they're cool. And they feel cool to run about on. And so we've got these two, which are sort of for scale, but they'll also be for part of the actual decoration of the map. We'll have some cargo crates in, because it's going to be, I'm thinking the theme probably be a cross between granary and freight, because I quite liked the these actually that were in the middle of Arena Granary, when that used to be a played Saxon Hail map. It doesn't seem to be really popular anymore. I don't know whether it's because it was too difficult for Hail to get on top of those, but I haven't seen it in the rotation as well. But I want to bring crates back because they're cool. I've found another bit I haven't textured. Excellent. And these bits all fit together. So that's that basically. Somewhere to run about on, and I've been writing down some stuff on a piece of squared paper that you can't currently see. But that's what I used to do in, God, like secondary school or something. Planned all my maps out on, I think it's like roughly 2 squares per centimetre. 4 squares per centimetre squared. And then each square, I used to treat them as equivalents to these squares. So they'd be 1 square is 64 units. I don't necessarily tend to do that so much anymore. I tend to sketch more because it's just annoying to have to fit all those sort of things together on bits of paper. You overflow the paper quite quickly, and also if you've drawn something out and then as you're going on you realise that actually the scale isn't quite right, and you want to make some area bigger or something like that, then it's difficult, because then if you've drawn stuff in around it, you're kind of stuck. So I just kind of sketch things in. I don't worry too much about the scaling, but it's more for the layout, and then I actually get the scale of what the world's going to look like when I put it into Hammer. So that's what we're going to do now. So I'll close all these out, and I closed the actual map. Here we go. So that's what we've got so far. What I'm going to do now is to try and this is basically just to get an idea for the scaling and how the main arenas are going to fit together. I don't want to do any sort of detailing at all. It's barely even a block out at this point. I just want to, I'm not going to connect rooms together properly. I'm just going to put brushes down for floor space that roughly corresponds to what I would want to have as the main areas for this map. So given that I've started with this, and then I went downstairs, sat on the sofa for a bit and drew out some stuff, I'm going to start by defining the boundaries of this building a bit better. So I reckon as I make this, you'll be able to see a bit more of what I actually drew as it comes out in Hammer. So this is also Hammer running on Ubuntu, because that's what my desktop runs these days, and it's 99% fine. The only annoying thing is that the screens, the viewports won't update the very last frame of something you did. So if I click on that, the top right hasn't updated until you actually hover over it, and if I click that, it doesn't properly update to change the rotating handles unless you click them. So I'm just kind of getting used to it, really. Remembering to whiz my mouse around to highlight all the views again every once in a while. So that's okay, cool. I'm going to extend this slightly. Switch back to 64 grid size because I'm used to it. I'm going to extend this back, and that's going to become the outside. This is very slightly inspired of, well, this building, not totally, but a little bit. And I'm going to have this here. And I'm going to put 16.4 here, because there's going to be a little something there. These I'll clone along in a bit. These are basically just displacements where I've used raised 2. So these are height 0, and then that's height 5, 9 and 12, I think. And then basically you just do that along each one. I don't know how Sculpt works, to be honest, because I've never used it properly. I got used to just the normal geometry manipulation before Sculpt was a thing, and I never bothered to learn it, so I basically do stuff manually. But that's how that works, just so that it looks a little bit like the ones in Well, where you've got raised outer concrete around these rails. I've also put the prop for the control point underneath, because I've seen a lot of people, when they want to have the rails run across the control point, they make it look like that, and it looks shit. So I put it underneath a bit of grate, and then the actual control point itself is here. And that's the way I prefer it. Oops, I'm going to make that slightly wider. And then I'm going to clone it. We're going to have a small building here. So I reckon that'll probably be about that. Just so I can differentiate between the two. This will come down here. In fact, I'm going to go one better here and raise this up, and then just do that, so we can get a bit of the semblance of the height as well. Okay, I think the next thing I'm going to do actually is put in the, oh, okay, fine, if you lose focus from that. I added in my sketch one of the cargo crates, which I think is flat bed. No, those are barrels, we've got to wait a little bit. Again, partly for scale, partly for detail, and partly maybe for being able to climb up. I don't know, it depends on what I decide to put around it. We're getting there slowly. Here we go. Is that the closed one? Yeah, that's the closed one. I'll keep it closed for now, maybe I'll make it an open one later, but I don't care at this point. There we go. Oh, what? How do I turn radial culling on? I don't even know what that does. Are we back to normal? Back to normal. It just makes me judder having that turned on. Right, we're going to make that 45 degrees, and trying to match this against what I've got, we're going to put that about there. And make sure that it is floor level, which it's not. Right. Oh, stop it. I keep pressing keys I don't mean to press. Right, that's a bit better. Now we can clone this in here. And we want this. This basically is following a wall, which will be, I think probably want the wall to be a little bit higher than the crate is. So the crate gives me something of an idea where the wall is going to go, I want to make sure that there's adequate space between the crate and the building. Might maybe a bit. Yeah. Actually, you know what? I will make this a hollow crate. I'm going to make it a one-way hollow crate. Spin it round. Right. And then I'll hide something in there, not quite sure what yet. Right, so that's about right. Then what I'm going to do is make some wall. And the wall will be, I'd like to align it to grid lines. And then the cargo crate will be adjusted to fit. Because it's better to align brushes to decent grid lines if you can. Right, so I'm going to say that goes there. That maybe goes there. And then that probably goes about there. This wall is one that you can run on the top of as well. Right, and then I'll lower the, I suppose raise, I should say, the grid resolution. Let's move that in. Right, and then we can, start to tweak this to also adhere to the same grid lines. No, that's wrong. Okay, cool. Now, I keep hitting X instead of Z, that's what it is. Now I want to sort of align this to here, clone this as well, put that around there, and then we can make sure that so this is where these would go if they weren't diagonal. And then we've got to try and align this. So that's where that would go, ignoring those two. Right, and then we're going to find out the best. So that's where they intersect on the inside. That's what we should look at first. So that goes to there. That goes to there. Right, and then we want to see what the best intersection points would be for things on the outside. Probably means, oop, that's going to need to go in there, that's going to need to go in there. So, with a join like this, what we're looking for is, we've got one point here, and then that's probably going to be, we're going to have some lines coming out like that, and we're going to have a flat edge here. So we need to find the points of intersection. So there's one here and one there. So this, that's on a grid line, so that's fine. In fact, what I'm going to do is going to cut it. So then we'll get it approximate. I think is going to be the best thing to do, so I'll put it there. I don't want to go lower than grid size 8 really. And then go like that. Oops. And then to finish off, we'll clip that there. So that went to there. Swap that over. Right, does that look okay? I think that looks okay. It's making me up properly. Right, excellent. And now actually, to save me doing all that again, I'm going to put it in via a copy. So that goes in there. Get rid of the old one. Vertex manipulate the new one. Right. And solids. Nope, no invalid solids, that's fine. Cool. There we go. I'm wondering actually whether it might look a bit better if we bring this side round slightly. Maybe to there. That would just be what we had before if we hadn't subdivided that edge. I am undecided. Let's put it that way. Oh, I know why it looks a bit odd. So if we rotate this back, that's not 192 units wide, is it? Right, let's redo this slightly. It won't take very long. Right, next thing, it is actually 192 units wide. Rotate that 45 degrees. See, it's very slightly wider. So, what we actually want to do, bring this in. Mouse precision in the wine version of this is not very good. And bring this in. Okay. And I'll pull this out just for the moment so that we can see what the lines will be like. And then we need to find where these would intersect. Which means going like this. Okay, I'm going to get rid of the inner one because we don't want that anymore. Brush work, isn't it wonderful? Okay, right, I'm going to do what I did before, which means extend that all the way. Move this. Okay, so the interior point is there. So that's what we'll do first. We'll move that to there. Oh, I fucked the solid somehow. I don't know how, because that is just a rectangle. Hammer, I don't know how you'd manage to do these things. I'm going to duplicate that. Right. Are you happy now? Fine. Okay, so that's in there. That, oh god, what's going on? That needs to come in there. Then we can work out how the outside is going to go. So, okay, this is more what I was expecting to see. So we've got, there'll clearly be a line there, a line there, and a line there. So we'll essentially have two triangles here. So what we want is to find the point at which, well, that point basically, which is here. So we'll approximate it. Oh, that's pretty good. And then it won't look too bad if we do that. Put that there. We can move this to meet up with it. Right, that looks a lot better. And then I'll do the same thing of cloning this. No! This is my problem with these. Go on, there we go. And then we can put that in, and then we just move this to match up. Oh. Wine, why? What are you doing? Finally, it's done. So there we go. I'm going to make that probably 30 for now. That will be fine. People can run around up there. There's some sort of treasure in there. Still not quite decided on what. And then this will go up to meet with that, and that's where the train line will go. Actually, I'm going to make these 512 long. You don't want to go too long because it just massively stretches them out, but if I have a load of 256 ones, they're going to be too small. Come on, there we go. Right, and I'll need to clone this. Cool. Let's fill in this last bit of floor, and we'll be done. Oh, no. Cool. There. So that is that bit done at least. Then I'll probably stick the gates in here somewhere for where the train heads off to, and it's going to come in like that. Head off to the left. Right, what else have I got written down? Oh yes. The hanging platform that I put in earlier will probably be about here, but it's going to have to be even higher than this, so you can't just jump onto it. Well, maybe you could rocket jump onto it, but so what I'm going to do is, oh come on, I hate you, hammer. Let go of my mouse, it trundles off the focus of... Oh, turn the radio culling on again, Jesus Christ. Such a pain. Right, okay. Instances. Let's use TF2's rather limited support for instances, which just means you can pull in other VMFs and use them as part of your map. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit open, not close, find out what it's called, because the actual browser here doesn't actually seem to put the file name into the box once you finish with it, so you have to do it yourself. So this is our map. Here we click A1, and I'm going to take up a room with platform. I'm going to have to type it in manually. .bf. Right, and there it is. And just for personal preference, I'm going to turn that to normal. I don't care about it. Doesn't help against the orange tint, but it helps against the green tint, and I just don't like the tints. Is that the right round? Yes, that's the right round. Right. Align it with 64 unit grid lines and stick it up in the air. Okay, I'm going to put that there. So this room is going to be part of this wall, I think, and I'm going to hike it way up. And there will be a way to get up there, I just haven't quite decided on it yet. I'll also elongate this girder thing that it runs along so that it'll hook up with whatever walls we have here. I think that's about the right height. So it's going to be, I mean, you probably could rocket jump up there. I'll end up, because it was going to go side to side. I either have to have one here, or I'll have to have one there. I think it might be better to have one here, because if I have one here, the entrance to this place is going to be there, and it's going to be sort of an outward looking sort of nest up here. Whereas if I had it here, it'll be inward looking to the actual arena area, which I think I prefer, and it also cuts down the sight lines as well. Okay, so when I think I am happy with that positioning actually. I'm just going to go ahead and merge this in now. Collapse selection. Yes. One instances. Whoa! Come back. There we go. So that's now in the map. We can just click on it as normal. Is it? Oh, it's okay. Fine. It's changed everything to auto instance 1 because I forgot to change the name fix up. Give me back my original instance. There we go. Right. One thing I need to do before I do that: entity name fix up none. So then it won't change any of my names. That's only if you're going to be putting in multiple instances and you need to rename the entities inside each one. But we don't. So let's try again. Collapse selection, yes. Okay, cool. It's still done it. Whatever. This is what I mean about TF2's not particularly good support for instances. It hasn't changed the next stop target, but it has changed the name. Maybe that property was only for when things actually go through the compiler. This is so fucking annoying. Right. That's not supposed to have that in there full stop. Okay, maybe that's what it was. Right, better. And all of these are going to have to have their parent changed. To that. Is that everything that should have been parented? Yes, it was. Fine. Cool. That's all okay. So now that it's in the map file here, I can actually change things, make that longer, etc. when I need to. And somewhere we're going to have to decide where the button's going to go, but I'll deal with that later. So, right. That's about okay. I now need to sort out this. Not sure I like these. I might keep it like that. So this is currently that high. I'm going to extend it. Do I want this to be a room, or do I want it to just be like you have a granary at the end of the corridor and that's it? I'm not sure. I'll put in a bit of a corridor first of all. Although I'm going to make sure that this allows to a 64 unit grid line for just general ease of brushwork. Where's that? It's disappeared. Also, if this crashes at any point, which it will, because it's already crashed 2 or 3 times today, I'll have to just bring it back up again. Right, I'm going to change this to my floor texture, which when I'm doing this is just the black grid. That's the simplest one. Okay, I'm going to make it a little bit longer. Do I want to bring it up? Feels like this all kind of blends together at the moment because it's flat. What I'm going to do is raise this up. Take that. Actually, I'll take that because that's 50 and treat 50% as neutral. Yeah, I think that works a bit better. Then actually what I can do is add in some trim around the edge. Maybe 16 unit trim, and then it'll look a bit better. Actually, maybe slightly more than that. Oops. There we go. Excellent. That, cool, I'll leave it at that. Maybe even. There we go. And then actually to match up the distances, I'll bring this in. Or I could just clone this. Move it down to there. Excellent. That looks better than it did. That'll do for now. I'll leave extra details till later. Okay, so I'm gonna look at extending this. I'm gonna put the floor underneath in before I try and extend the corridor. So I want to know where the connection point is going to be between here and the next part of the map. We'll just put in spawn point for scale. T-spawn, right. Is that alright if you're about this high? I think that's okay. Right. Now, there's going to be another bit that looks like this. And that's going to be where the two maps connect. So I'm going to clone this over. I think that's, yeah, it is aligned to grid lines anyway. If things don't align to grid lines, and they're brushes, one thing you can do when you want to move them and you want to align a specific corner to a grid line is just select all of the vertices and then drag on one of them, and that'll be the one that aligns. In this case, we don't need to do it because it just happens to match up. So, the point where... Let's have a look at what I did. Yeah, okay. I'm going to have that maybe there. And this is why I'm doing all this now without bothering about things meeting up and aligning with each other, because it gives you flexibility to actually rescale things if they're not quite, if you don't reckon they're quite right. I'm going to increase this to at least be that high. Same with this one. Oh, why can't I click on things today? And then we're going to put something in behind. There we go. Right, so then we get a little bit more of a sense of the presence of this building. And we're going to have to basically drill a hole in this, but not quite yet. What we're going to do instead is clone it, rotate up. Hello? I definitely clicked on that. And then just going to make it big because this is going to be part of the building wall. You're not going to be able to stand on it anymore. Okay. Now the only thing about making a tunnel directly through here that's straight is that it's going to be not very good for sight lines, because you're going to be able to see straight through and see an awful lot of this room. I want to stick a kink in it so that there's some kind of corner that blocks your sight, so that you're not able to look directly from one large arena into another large arena. So we're going to have to decide how we do that. The alternative, I think, is, do we want a little bit more room here? I feel like I do want just a little bit, not too much more, but a little bit more. So we highlight all of these, bring in maybe by that much. Yeah, that's better. Definitely an improvement. I'm going to move that further this way so that there's more space by the opening. Yeah. Okay, that's better. I prefer it like that. I might even shift this up sideways. Nicer that way. We're going to have something that comes across here, and then we'll have some ventilation system or somewhere else on here that you can hide sentries, etc. in, tele-exit spots, etc. Okay, so that bit I'll leave till later because that's not really going to help us get a feel for the scale of the map just yet, because that's just going to be corner right zone. Right, so that means now I need to move this. Okay. Might even not have it at 45 degrees because it's a bit, you know, look at it from here, it's a bit sharp. I might change it. Again, we're going to have to rejiggle this to be about there. So that's a 2 along by 1 up slant, which is actually, I prefer that, that's a bit better. Now, okay, and then door-wise, maybe I don't want that to be walkable. Maybe I'll have it walkable up to here. And I'll make this just a wall. Which means I can put it something like that. Right. And then this. Enough. Okay, I'm going to split this. So that height for here will be fine, but then when it's outside I want to bring it up a little bit more. So now up here, I probably won't like that. Ow! Jesus. Windows key. Yeah, that'll do. And then this will come across here. If I can actually hit the scroll handle, or scale handle I should say. Okay, I will actually move this up. Now, that looks like a good candidate for connecting up to this raised walkway. Just need to work out how we're going to allow people up onto the raised walkway. I think the best way to do that will be to put some stairs in here. So they come up there, around the back and into here. So how high is this? This is 192, and stairs. The gradient for stairs is 3/2. No, or 2/3, whichever way around you want to refer to it. So this will be, so it's 3 along, 2 up, which means it'll be something like that. There we go. Except I didn't. This isn't quite. Oh my god, it's on a 4 grid line. That's going to make this interesting. I think I'm going to. Okay, I'm going to use this bottom bit to. Okay, how far up do we want these to go? I think I'm going to stick them about halfway. Right, so it's like that. Okay. Okay, I know what I'll do. I'm going to go down to whatever grid size it wants me to at the moment and get rid of that. This is how high these need to be, and then I'm going to align this to a reasonable grid line. So 8, so probably there. Actually, maybe a bit further there. Then I'm going to extend the floor in. Like that. and then the stairs will occur here. Which means there's going to be a weird sort of half step at the bottom, but that's fine. Just something we have to live with. So then, stairs 101. Get an 8 by 12. Cut it diagonally in half. Get rid of the underneath bit. Clone it lots. And then you have a staircase. I recommend going with TF2's preferred stair ratio of 3 by 2 because that's what people are used to. I'm going to take that off. There. That's fine. Right, then for extra style points, add some trim down the side. This is stage 2 of 3. Let's funk detail these first. Do not leave them as brushes, otherwise they will chop your BSP tree to hell and back. I've just realised I've got one too many stairs, and you'll see why in a minute. Just personal preference, I prefer to take the top bit off. We don't need this underneath ramp anymore because it just won't be visible. Okay, that no. I deleted the wrong thing. This, there we go. Because no one's going to see that. Because it'll be covered by the stairs, so there's no point in it being there. Right, there we go. So I prefer to not have the top step so that the actual the concrete block that we're going to be connecting to the top will become the final top step. We'll move these up to there. Cool. So that's step 2 of 3. Then, finally, very, very, very important in TF2, clip your stairs. There's 2 things happen if you don't clip your stairs. One is that you get a juddering effect when you walk up the stairs, and 2, if you try and jump while you're on stairs, you might ricochet off at an angle. And movement, your character movement, doing what you expect your character to do is very important in TF2. And people will complain if you don't clip your stairs. So I have clipped my stairs. And make sure you get this last little bit down here as well. So that is a nice flight of stairs. This is the block it's going to connect to, and then I'm going to hide my clip. There we go. And I'm going to literally just texture these. Anything that's vertical is grey. Anything that's in the horizontal plane is my floor texture, which, how did I manage to do that? There we go. And then these I'm going to make grey. And then those I'm going to make grey just so that it contrasts with the stairs. Cool. Done. Right, then we're now back on a more sensible grid, because that floor is aligned with a 4 grid lines, and now we're back aligned with it. I think it's a 32 grid line, that's fine. And then we'll make some stairs up here. So how wide is this? Oh, it is 192 wide, which means this needs to be 192 wide as well. And then what we can do is basically just clone these and adjust them as necessary. Right, we're going to have to add a couple because the height difference is not exactly the same. We'll move them to maybe to there. Right, and then, super easy. You do that. Do that. And you do that. Oh, you piece of shit. I hate you. What the hell's going on now? This is easy, he says, unless you screw up your vertex manipulation. That one up, that one down. Right. Oh, okay, we didn't clone the clip, so that's fine. And then I can basically, make sure you add these to your func detail, and make sure it's aligned to the wall. Then we can just take this piece of floor, slide it underneath, and we're done, apart from the clip. The clip is even easier because it is just a triangle, so it's not going to care if you scale it like that. Don't even need to vertex edit it. There we go. A lovely flight of stairs. Then I will add at the top a piece of concrete, or what will be concrete. There we go. I mean, you could probably maybe you could jump up there if you really felt like it. I have the strangest desire to bring this out into a bit of a shape and then have the stairs follow around that shape, but I'll do that another time. There's too much detail to be bothered with right now. I think I will do as well is add an extra block here to give us a little bit of extra movement room at the top of the stairs. So what we need to do, bring it up I guess to about there, that's a nice grid line. Then make sure that this is at 45 degrees, which, there we go. Bring it out a bit. Give me an extra one of these. Let's highlight one of the middle things, press Control F, and then you get that. And then keep bringing this out until both of them are 45 degrees. There we go. And texture. Whoops. There, much better. And then if you want to, give yourself even more room by sliding these up. There. That tiny little sparkly connection artifact you won't see in game. They'll all be nice and properly stuck together. So, there we go. That I think looks quite a lot better. May even... Nah, let's do it. Don't fuss over it too much at this stage. Okay. Now, how are we going to carry this up? I can make use of this bit that I've just put in and go extra block from here to the top of the stairs. You fucking piece of shit. I hate this UI. Works fine on Windows and Ubuntu. It's fucking annoying. Right. There we go. And then we add some stairs here. In fact, I'm going to make it... I'm going to make them 192 as well. Which means there. Actually. Yeah, no, I will. So this... How many grid lines up is this? That's up there. This is down here, so that's 128. So that we could just do that in one. That's probably... In fact, I think I can clone these and they'll just work Oh no, they're 96. Okay. Flip horizontally. Move them up. We'll move that up to there, and then we can hide it, and then we can just extend these. Clone the extra stairs in. You don't have to worry about these stairs as long as you can't see behind them, which we can't or won't be able to. You don't need to worry about putting blocks in or having vertically stacked rectangles. Just make the smallest possible brush you can to minimise the number of faces that the compile tools have to worry about. And then Bob's your uncle. Okay, there we go. Now I'm just going to texture that up. And then we'll put a block in here, and we will be sorted apart from, I forgot to add these to the rest of the staircase. Is missing a tiny bit of width and a bit of length as well. And hide the clip. There we go. That doesn't matter because clip brushes are invisible, no one's ever going to see that. So I'm going to leave it like that. Right, and then somewhere here. Ooh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Pull this in here. Have the staircase sort of fold round itself and back towards the front. And then we are perfectly placed to join up with the little corridor. Lovely. Okay. The only thing now is it puts this a little bit into question because there's no longer a wall here. Having it that low feels slightly claustrophobic. Unless we had it at 45 degrees, that might be fun. It'd be difficult, but it might be fun. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to have to group these. I'm going to be able to do anything with them. Control G. If I hide it, everything's gone. Excellent. Right, and then I can move it around. Okay, maybe we could put it somewhere like here. Okay, as a preliminary position, I'm going to put it down this side. At about there. I know it then is facing this way, and I need to decide what I want to do about those doors, and make sure I don't look into the next arena, but we might be okay. I mean, ideally I would like to have it there, but that's where my stairs are now, so... Welp. thing I'm wondering. Nah, wondering about whether to cut a little corner off that wall, but I don't think it's going to be worth it. Cool. Okay. Yes, actually, I do like this position because then I can extend this all over here, and then we can. There's going to be a little bit here. We can add some extra stairs going up to the point where this is going to connect. And that'll be better. And then maybe I can have something over there. Cool. Right. I think I'm going to put a building here. That will then link into this, and it'll be a because this is essentially where the grain goes down into the trains that come along, and also people go down. So I think what I'll do is maybe have that much as being a corridor, and then this bit as being a room. So I'm going to chop this long piece of brush. Roughly, I think maybe one further down. Maybe another one further down. One further down. Oh. I should have made sure that I was going to keep both pieces. Okay, cool. Then I'm going to move this back. I'm going to have to decide what I want to do with that wall. At the moment we're not going to keep it here. Yeah, maybe we can have the exit being something like under here, and you come out in sort of an S-bend of some sort, and this is the open area. I'm wondering whether to add a little bit extra length in this direction. I'll decide after I've made this bit, because this is going to be the overpass bit. Okay. I want to keep this not in the building, and then I'm going to have a small area being, I think, one room that then leads through to the next room. I'm going to bring that this way. I saw that radial culling bullshit. Radial culling is my nemesis. It took me so long once upon a time to realise why this program was running quite as slowly as it was, and it turned out it was because radial culling was. I don't even know what it does. It's supposed to cull more things within the radius of the camera or something like that, but it just, you would have thought that culling more things would make it faster, but it just makes it slower. So it's just fucking useless. I hate it. It should be banished to the depths of hell, and I want it turned off permanently. Okay, cool. Now, interior walls will need to be slightly more neutral, because that's 30, we want 50. Let's add in some kind of door frame. Here we go. Go for, how large is the large one? Oh, holy shit, that's large. That's a whole 256 units high. Don't think we want that large. Let's try that one. That's a more reasonable size. We'll place that here and cut a hole out of the wall for it. Do I want that there? Or maybe I want it here, because otherwise you can look all the way down there. I'm not sure whether I like that. I'm going to move it. Move it to here. We'll shift the doorway up as well. Nice. Oh. We've gone too far. We've gone too far. Right. Cool. And then I'm going to take this again and put it, use it as a doorway for that particular hall. Will be that here. And the good thing is, because it's the same height, we can just clone or select if it fucking wants to do that. We can clone brushes. There we go. Now you can't see all the way down. Right, and then I reckon we can have some nice windows facing out here. But I might do that later. Okay, what I will do is put in a window and put it at the slant that I want, and then come back to it later, just as an indication that that is what I was thinking, because I don't want to spend massive amounts of time doing detailing at this point. Where are the windows? Maybe they're not under frame. Window. That was me moving the microphone. Those are quite nice, although you can't see through them. I hadn't looked very much at the island props. Island open window. Island window bars. Manor. No, I want like... Oh, it's probably well, isn't it? Or train yard. No? No, it's not that one. I know which one I'm thinking of. I just can't find it. It's not medieval. It's not manor. Not frontline. Not forest. Not coal mines. Maybe it's 2 fort. Yes, these ones. How big is this one? Not big enough. 3, no. I swear there's a big one. I've definitely seen it before. 4B, was that the one that we chose before? I think it was 4C or D. That's still not big. Where's the big one? Here's the... No. That's a big bump. A big one, but with framing, and I don't want that. Come on, 2 fort. Am I just imagining this? There's definitely a big one like that, right? Maybe it's just that one. Yeah, that'll do. Slant it like that. I'm going to put it about there. I reckon I'm going to have 2 of them at least. 1 there. 1 there. Maybe make it slightly further apart. That's better. And I'm going to leave the glass out of them. And I'm going to raise them to about that high. So that potentially Saxon Hail can jump up into those windows. And then we have a nice shape on this building. Cool, so I'll leave that there for now. That will leave for now. And I'm going to start to block out, I think, the area for next door. and it's going to be not on a weird 4-unit grid line, which is what this one happens to be on. Going to keep it on a proper grid line. So looking back at my drawing, I should say, rather than photo, it's going to be something of that shape. Obviously I'm going to have to vertex edit this to make it a bit larger. This is a complete guess at the moment. Oh, come on. Being a piece of shit. Right. It'll be something like that, but maybe scaled. In fact, it will definitely be scaled up. Okay, I reckon up here we could have a little bit that cuts through, and then down here we'll have a little bit that cuts through. Make use of the space we already have, just to get more of a feel of how enclosed this bit is. I'm going to add some extra wall. It's going to go a bit higher. Right. There we go. And then the entrance will head through there, I imagine. Or maybe we could even have something there as well, who knows. And what I really want to pin down is the underground. Because I want there to be a little bit of a sort of a road that comes through. So what I'm going to do, I will actually, when I make this into a proper road, I'll make it recessed into the ground rather than on top. But for now, I'm going to have this on top, just simply for ease of manipulating it. It's just a visual aid at the moment. So it'll come up to about there, I think. So that means we've got nice equal thing on the side, and maybe even do something like that. So it would have to be about there. And I'm going to cut it off at that point. Yeah, there we go. That looks nice. And then this is going to come through here, and then it's going to go through there. Now what I could do is have the road go straight, well, diagonal, but straight forward along that diagonal, and then have a garage door in between. Not one that opens, but one that you actually have to go round. So that provides the kink, for want of a better word, the S-bend to it. I'm going to hide this so I have a better view of what I'm doing. So it would probably come through like that, and then like that. So how wide is this? This is 384. So what I'm going to do, make a nice long piece. But maybe that was slightly too long. Cut it down just a bit. That wasn't cutting it down, that was moving it. Right. Then I'm going to rotate it so that it's at 45 degrees. Then I'm going to roughly align it. Maybe a little bit further that way. In fact, I might make it more of a turn. This will be 60 degrees. Oh, come on, you piece of shit. Give me my... There we go. I want my rotation handles. Okay, so that's a 60-degree bend. And it would probably go about there. And then we have something that sort of connects up those two bits, which we're going to have to work out. I'm going to get rid of that. That is way up in the air, so we should have ample room underneath if we need to cross it. In fact, we're crossing this anyway, so it'll just be the same level. I'm going to do that. Right, okay, that looks... We want this to sort of be looking like we're looking down a piece of paper where we can draw in a curve there. I think that would work. And then we cut this maybe about there and start to align it back towards the grid. Or the other thing we could do, we bring this up, try and keep it along the same sort of lines. We do that, and then it was 384, wasn't it? Go fuck yourself. Let me there. Yeah, that was right. So then we could have it do something like that. So it comes along, and then so then you have sort of the S bend going like that. You have the door in here, the door out there. Make sure we have enough of a turn here so that you can't see from one through to the other, because I feel like you might still be able to. Or we have it maybe come round down there and there. That would avoid us having a slanting bit. So let's say we did that. Go fuck yourself. 384. So something a bit like that. And then maybe have some extra. Maybe slightly more. There. Is that too much of a kink? We could get away with the right angle if we're doing that. Otherwise you've got to kind of go right to go left, which seems weird. Okay, tell you what, let's have a compromise. Let's go here, turn it 45 degrees, put that there. So you come here, then you have that on a 45-degree bend, and then you come over here. I think that is a decent enough compromise. And it means I can bring this up a bit further. There we go. Okay, so 45-degree bend there means we need this to be aligned with that. This is going to be very rough. Pull that that way, pull that that way. Then we say, okay, this and this cross there, which looks almost like it's on a 32 grid line. In fact, it could well be. Oh, I hate you so much. And then this one aligns with that, and then this basically turns into a triangle. Go fuck yourself, you shitty piece of software. A lot of this will be me swearing at Hammer. Okay, there we go. Yeah, then you do have quite a long sight line here, is the only thing. Maybe we could do this, but we actually do make it into an S-bend. So we go well, go fuck yourself with a fucking spanner. Right. There we go. That's less of a sight line. And then you turn here, and then you come out here by taking this and rotating it 180 degrees. Something like that. Then we move these. That looks really strange. And then we take this and go fuck yourself with it. Okay. Better. That could work, I think. We've just got to make this maybe a little bit longer. So that comes out something like there. Stop what you're doing. Right. Yeah, so then actually we could try and align that so that, yes, see, I like that. And then we have something like that. And then, completely by accident, we've got the road coming through this diagonal bit, which actually looks quite cool. What I will do is extend it slightly. So we do something like that. So that's down 2, so that also needs to go down 2. And then this. Then move that straight through the middle. Excellent. I like that a lot. So that's what it'll look like, and then we could probably take this and just for symmetry rotate it around like that. Get those in. There. That looks nice. And then this will form the second courtyard. I'm going to call it. Although, okay, how much space have we got either side of this? We have 192. That's what I want ideally here. Probably means go up there. So, I'll move this. And then it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, cool. And then just for fun, snip that off. Maybe pull it in one. Sure, that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Yeah, it is. It's pretty close. Take it back another half, I suppose. Let's take that back another half. There we go. That's good enough. Cool. So hopefully that was a good introduction to one possible way to start scaling out a map. Scale, I think, is one of the most difficult things to get right, especially in TF2 where it is pretty crucial. It's something, I think the best way to get used to it is just if you've played the game a lot and you start to make something and give yourself lots of room to expand stuff out. Don't worry about connecting things up too much. And just go, does this look right? If I'm running around this, does it feel like I've got enough space to do rocket jumps? Like I can see where players will be coming from? that I'm not going to be forced too close together from them to them, or to be too far away, and then just kind of jiggle things about like we're doing here until it looks right. Just keep trying things. So that's it for now, I think. I may make another video to continue this, but I'm going to leave it there for now. I'll see you guys next time.